By saying that Houston is the friendliest city I've ever visited. And sir, you are a tough act to follow, but I'll go through the steps. Thank you very much for these remarks. We're deeply touched. This is something that always happens to me with the mics. So, honorable members of the United States Congress, honorable members of the Texas Legislature, members of the Diplomatic Corps, elected officials, the Honorable John Whitmire. Every time, Mayor of Houston, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure for members of my family and me to be with you today for the opening of this Ismaili Center here in Houston. It is a historic milestone for the Ismaili Muslim community in the United States. I would like to begin by thanking Mayor Whitmire for his gracious invitation to visit this great city, for his resolute support of this project, and for honoring us with his presence today. I also warmly recognize the contributions of his predecessors, Mayors Bill White and East Parker, and the late Sylvester Turner, as well as that of other city leaders whose encouragement has been so vital in bringing this center into being. I thank the many past and present leaders of the state of Texas, U.S. senators and members of Congress, members of the state legislature, representatives of the federal government, and the many friends of the Ismaili community whose presence here makes this day even more special and meaningful. My late father chose Houston to be the location of the first Ismaili Center in the United States. It was a very natural choice because this city has been for decades home to a significant Ismaili community and the headquarters of our Ismaili institutions in the U.S. It is also a global city, one that welcomes and offers friendship to people from all over the world, enabling them to flourish in whatever their fields of endeavor. And American Ismailis have flourished here, just as they have across the United States, creating businesses, stimulating innovation, contributing to scientific discovery, educating younger generations, and simply being good friends and neighbors. All of this has been made possible by the spirit of openness and meritocracy that has always made this country a land of opportunity. The relationships between Ismailis and the communities in which they live have always been grounded in understanding and common purpose. Today, we honor that tradition, extending the hand of friendship to all, regardless of background or faith. This building may be called an Ismaili Center, but it is not here for Ismailis only. It is for all Houstonians to use, a place open to all who seek knowledge, reflection, and dialogue. The Ismaili Center Houston is the seventh in a family of buildings spanning Europe, the Middle East, Central Asia, and North America. They serve many purposes, and while daily congregational prayer is a primary focus, they also seek to enable a vibrant exchange of ideas and to nurture understanding among peoples of diverse communities and faiths. This is why this center includes a theater, exhibition spaces, a sports court, play areas for children, conference rooms, classrooms, and landscape gardens for everyone to enjoy. We very much hope that the facilities and activities offered here will bring not just joy, but learning and new opportunities. Whether through hosting recitals, launching books, presenting concerts, promoting local artists, or offering training, our intent is to provide a constant rhythm of events that spark curiosity, engender understanding, and encourage exchange. Any positive impact will rely heavily on friendships, partnerships, and warm dialogue with government, civil society, academic institutions, cultural and faith organizations, neighbors, and others. Empty buildings, however striking, don't serve their communities. It is my deep hope that with your engagement, this center will lift spirits and broaden horizons. This center will bring people together, strengthen bonds, and help us all collectively to bring happiness and harmony to societies here and elsewhere. I'm heartened by the presence today of representatives of faith communities from Houston and other parts of the United States. I would ask you please to consider this building a resource available to you all, that it might help us come together around our shared values for the common good of humanity. This building is a symbol of this hope and aspiration. The Ismaili community is highly diverse and lives across dozens of countries. As Muslims, our faith teaches us to care deeply about pluralism. For us, it is not an abstract idea, but a practical ethic, something lived every day. To mean anything, pluralism must be actively practiced in the willingness to respect, appreciate, and learn from others. Our faith is a calling to build bridges and to engage with the world beyond our community. Human diversity itself is a gift from God. I hope this center will embody the spirit. As many of you already know, my late father was passionate about architecture, especially about buildings and spaces that drew on sources of knowledge that would inspire those who use them. He took a deep personal interest in the design of this building and its gardens. He worked closely with the architects and landscape designers, as he did for many of the remarkable projects that he commissioned during his lifetime. This center is the last of those signature works to reach completion, and he had designated it a project commemorating his Diamond Jubilee. You will come to discover that this building's avans and gardens, terraces and alcoves, atria and courtyards teach of places and ideas from across the world, while simultaneously linking the center physically to the natural beauty of Buffalo Bayou and to Houston's cultural corridor. It stands alongside the Manila Collection, Rothko Chapel, Asia Society, Museum of Fine Arts, and many other institutions that make the city a cultural capital. I'm proud that this center has been built to LEED Gold standard, reflecting our commitment to stewardship of the earth, an ethic that our faith requires of us. This project has been a complex undertaking, one that required consultation, collaboration, persistence from many people over many years. I ask you to join me in acknowledging with warmest appreciation the lead design architect, Farshid Musavi, the landscape architect, Thomas Waltz, the structural engineer, Hanif Kara, the architect of record, Paul Westlake, McCarthy Building Companies, each member of their teams, and the many artisans and specialists who worked on this project with skill and dedication. I also wish to recognize the project team who guided this complex endeavor with care and perseverance. Their collective effort has turned this vision into reality. With deepest admiration, I pay special tribute to my uncle, Prince Amin, whose guidance, commitment, and close personal engagement over many years have been pivotal to the creation of Ismaili centers across the world, and to this Ismaili center here in Houston. He has been deeply involved with this project from the selection of the architect through its design and development. He has been a constant and regular presence on this site and at deliberations throughout planning and execution. I'm profoundly grateful for his insight and contribution. My thanks go also to the leaders of my community, the volunteers, and the many friends who have labored to bring us to this day. The numerous volunteers whose time and attention will keep the center running into the future, I thank as well. Finally, I would like to acknowledge the magnificent generosity of supportive donors here in the USA and from around the world, without whom the construction of this center would not have been possible. In concluding, I would like to say again how happy I am to be inaugurating this beautiful building and all that it represents, both in its physical form and the ideals and values it embodies. It is my sincere wish that we collectively fulfill its potential in the years to come. Thank you.